for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5. I'm Mark Hanrahan.
It's good to have you here. I'm Whitney Ward. We begin tonight tracking a KREM 2 weather impact alert day. Thunderstorms moving into the region, bringing strong winds and rain.
Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo for more on what we need to know. Jeremy?
Sorry. I'm trying to see if rain is coming down downtown. It looks like it is on radar, so, you know, I'm just doing research. It's windy. Got that going for us. 65 degrees, a big drop in temperatures as all that cloud cover and wind moved in. It's already down in the 50s where it's raining, and that is where we have our weather impact alert. Basically, things are changing. You've been alerted. Let's go ahead and talk about what is changing. We have wind first, then rain, then eventually it all winds down. Wind advisories remain in effect through 8 p.m. for Northeast Washington and North Idaho. Wind is going to gust to around 45 miles per hour, maybe a little stronger at times. 45 is enough that you go, oh, it's kind of windy and a loose branch comes out of your tree. Not enough to cause widespread damage. That's why it's an advisory and not a warning. Blowing dust advisories for central Washington, eastern Washington, and down into the Palouse. Basically, before it rains, dust will kick up. There, we had the talk. Let's talk the rain, because it's kind of impressive. Look at it taking over, already moving through much of central Washington. We knew that would happen. Down across the Palouse, it's lifting its way to the north. Here in Spokane, it's starting. Didn't look like it was downtown. Coeur d'Alene, it is downtown, and it keeps moving in. Someone messaged from Chico saying, when's the rain going to arrive? It is there, and it's moving in. It'll make it here to the South Hill in a few minutes and just keep coming down through about the 7 o'clock hour. And then I think we're done with it. It all moves into the Cascades as our low sets up nice and west. So tomorrow, I think we wind up dry with a high of 71. 73 on Sunday and back to 80 come Monday.
All right, sounds good, Jeremy. Thank you very much. Spokane police have arrested a man suspected of several armed robberies in the past month in north central Spokane.
The 22-year-old man is accused of robbery at a convenience store at gunpoint, along with another business just a few days ago. Spokane police arrested that suspect just after midnight using chemical agents to get the suspect out of the apartment where he was staying.
He is currently being held at the Spokane County Jail on first-degree robbery charges.
Looking ahead to Monday, Spokane's newest police chief will be officially sworn in.
In a unanimous vote, Spokane City Council voted to confirm Kevin Hall earlier this week. Mayor Lisa Brown announced Hall as her candidate for that position last month.
Hall comes to Spokane from the Tucson Police Department with more than 30 years of experience. The mayor's office says Hall helped expand Tucson's mental health support, including homeless outreach and substance use response teams.
The ceremony will take place at noon on Monday at the Tribal Gathering Place just outside of Spokane City Hall. A Spokane County Sheriff's deputy recovering tonight after being stabbed while responding to a welfare call last night in Deer Park.
KREM 2's Connor McAvoy is bringing us the details now and how it's something law enforcement in this area is seeing more and more of. Connor?
32-year-old Gloria Andres appeared in court today on charges of first and second-degree assault. Court documents say Spokane Sheriff's deputies responded to North Dalton Road, where Andres was reported climbing fences and running through people's yards. They say she refused to cooperate as deputies followed her to the intersection of Dalton and Wild Rose Road, where she was speaking with a driver of a white truck. Court documents go on to say deputies approached her at the intersection where she pepper sprayed and stabbed a deputy in the chest. This incident is not the first instance of a local law enforcement officer getting injured during arrests this week.
We have more of our officers and deputies being violently attacked in the last couple of years than we have ever before. And we have been very fortunate that we have not had an officer or a deputy killed in the last 2 years.
On August 17th, multiple Spokane Police Department officers suffered injuries while responding to 2 different calls attempting to arrest a suspect. Sheriff Knowles says at least part of the trend comes from needing more training among law enforcement departments.
And we need to train police officers to better de-escalate people. I think it does a disservice to the fact that we are not investing in protecting the public from these people like we used to. We can only do so much as police officers. We're human. We can only do so much de-escalation with someone who is bent on.
A bond is set for Andres at $250,000. An arraignment hearing is set for September 4th at 8:30 a.m. in Superior Court. In the newsroom, Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
All right, to get your ID on you real quick.
No, I don't.
You're not shutting the door. You're not free to leave.
Yeah, I am.
All right, you may remember that video. The Spokane County Sheriff's deputy wearing the body camera is now accused of beating that man to the point where he had to be hospitalized for days. We have new information today that man has filed a federal lawsuit.
This is a story that we have been following since last fall. 62-year-old Kevin Hinton pulled over at Terrace View Park in Spokane Valley to take a nap when he was confronted by Sergeant Clay Hilton. When Hinton wouldn't hand over his ID, that situation escalated. And the attorney says Sergeant Hilton beat him to the point where he suffered 8 broken ribs, a punctured lung, and a concussion. Spokane police later investigated the incident and found there was probable cause to charge the sergeant with assault.
Now, since then, there has been no word from prosecutors on next steps. However, now Hinton filed a federal lawsuit against several parties, including Sergeant Hilton, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office, the City of Spokane Valley, and the American Medical Response Ambulance Service.
In the lawsuit, Kevin Hinton accuses them of several things, including excessive force, deliberate indifference, and negligence. The complaint states in part that the sheriff's office, quote, rubber stamped their approval of an officer's use of force despite clear evidence to the contrary.
KREM 2 News did speak with Hinton's attorney back in February. He said this incident left his client, quote, shaken to the core and that it never should have happened.
A judge found the woman accused of setting fire to the Army surplus store in Sandpoint is not fit to stand trial, at least for now. Our news partners at the Bonner County Daily Bee report that Jennifer Meyer is now in the care of the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare. There, she'll go through treatment for up to 90 days, and after that, a judge will decide how to move forward. If convicted, Meyer faces up to 25 years in prison and a fine of up to $100,000. Bonner County Commissioner Chair Luke Ahmet is stepping down from his District 2 position. He lost his bid for the Republican nomination for that seat. Now he will not serve the last 4 months of his term. The Bonner County Republican Central Committee is already working on a temporary replacement. At the top of that list is Ahmet's rival, Ron Korn.
2 new construction projects have started in Spokane. Washington Street, Maxwell, and Boone will all be down to 1 lane. Also, all northbound lanes of Market Street will be closed. The southbound lanes will be down to 1 lane for construction. Crews start work on that project on Monday. If you'd like to see a full list of detours for these projects, just head to our website at krem.com.